We worship intelligence. We treat high IQ like it is the ultimate stat boost in the video game of life. But if you look at the biology, high intelligence isn't a superpower. It is a fatal system error. Evolution favors efficiency. A cheetah is fast. A shark is deadly. They are perfect, streamlined machines. But the human brain? It's a disaster. It is an overheating, resource-hogging supercomputer shoved into a chassis that wasn't designed for it. Let's look at the energy bill. Your brain represents only about 2% of your total body weight, yet it consumes 20% of your entire metabolic energy. It is an energy vampire sucking the glucose out of your blood. This is the expensive tissue hypothesis. To afford this brain, we had to sacrifice our muscle mass and shrink our guts. A chimp is pound for pound 5 times stronger than you. In a physical fight, your IQ won't save you from getting your arms ripped off. In a famine, the smart guys die first. Their brains demand too many calories just to idle. Biologists compare high intelligence to the peacock's tail. It is so wasteful and dangerous that having it is basically just a biological flex. Nature usually selects for good enough. The human brain went past good enough about 1 million years ago and entered the realm of unnecessary luxury. So, what does this expensive computer actually do? Mostly, it runs simulations of things that will never happen. Nature rewards paranoia. If you hear a rustle in the grass, the optimist waits to see what it is. The paranoid runs away immediately. He hallucinates a predator. He's wrong 99 times out of 100, but the one time he's right, he survives. The skeptic who waits for data gets eaten. We are the descendants of the paranoid runners. Fast forward to today. We don't have lions, but your pattern recognition engine is still running at 100% capacity. High IQ people are experts at connecting dots, even when there are no dots to connect. This is why high IQ correlates with higher rates of general anxiety disorder. You're running threat simulation software that you cannot turn off. Someone sends you a text saying, "Okay." A person with average processing power thinks they acknowledge the message. A high IQ brain runs 10,000 simulations of the tone, the punctuation, and the timing to conclude that you're being fired. You aren't smart, you're just suffering from a false positive glitch in your survival software. Evolutionary psychologists call this the Savannah principle. Our brains are adapted for the African Savannah of 10,000 BC, not the digital office of 2024. On the Savannah, you lived in a tribe of 150 people. If you messed up socially, you were exiled, and you died. Today, we interact with thousands of strangers online. Your brain treats every negative comment like it is an exile from the tribe. A downvote feels like death because for 99% of human history, social rejection meant death. High IQ makes this worse because you try to logic your way out of biological instincts. You're trying to run a patch on a hardware that is hard-coded for fear. Then there's the loneliness. We are social animals. We need to sync with others. But there's a theory called the communication gap. Meaningful interaction breaks down when there's an IQ gap of more than 30 points. To a genius, IQ 140, talking to an average person, IQ 100, feels like an average person talking to a child. This leads to masking. High IQ individuals often have to manually learn social skills that come naturally to everyone else. You act like an anthropologist studying a foreign species. Oh, they're laughing. I should perform the laughing mimicry now. It creates the uncanny valley effect. People can sense that you are calculating your social moves rather than feeling them. This is why intelligence is statistically linked to solitude. You filter people out until there's nobody left who speaks your language. You're standing at the party, analyzing the structural integrity of the drywall, wondering why everyone else is having fun. You've seen the meme, the bell curve of happiness. On the left, you have the blissfully efficient. They don't know enough to worry. They're happy. On the far right, you have the transcendent genius. They understand the universe so well, they find peace. But you're likely in the middle right, the valley of misery. You're smart enough to understand the problems, but not smart enough to solve them. You have just enough RAM to process the horror. If evolution's only goal is reproduction, then intelligence is failing hard. There's a strong negative correlation between IQ and fertility. The smarter you are, the fewer offspring you produce. The instinctual person follows biology. They meet, they mate, they replicate. They fulfill the prime directive. The high IQ individual, they analyze. They check the bank account, they worry about the climate. They wait for the perfect time. Spoiler alert, there is no perfect time. Biology rewards action, not calculation. While you're debating the ethics of bringing a child into a late-stage capitalist society, the instinctual people have populated the Earth. Your genes are being outcompeted by people who just didn't overthink it. Intelligence is the enemy of action. It's called analysis paralysis. Lower IQ individuals often possess a superpower called overconfidence. They're too unaware to know the risks, so they just do things. Smart people visualize every possible failure mode. You see all the ways it can go wrong, so you don't start. You get stuck in the optimal strategy loop. You want the perfect move, so you make no move. Real life rewards momentum, not accuracy. Intelligence destroys momentum. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect in reverse. The philosopher John Stuart Mill said, "It is better to be a human being dissatisfied than a pig satisfied." He was wrong. The pig is having a great time. The human is miserable. High IQ raises your baseline for stimulation. You get bored easily. Simple pleasures don't work on you. You can't just enjoy a movie, you deconstruct the plot holes. You can't just enjoy a meal, you analyze the ingredients. You dissect the joy until it's dead. Intelligence is an acid that dissolves illusions. But illusions, Santa Claus, fairness, destiny, are the things that make life bearable. When you strip away the magic, you're left with a cold, mechanical universe. And that is a heavy thing to carry around. So, is there a fix? Can you uninstall this software? Well, lobotomies are illegal, and alcohol is just a temporary shutdown that crashes the system later. The only real patch is metacognition. You have to use the brain to beat the brain. You have to treat your intelligence like a tool you can put down, not an identity you wear. A hammer is great for nails. It's terrible for hugging your children. Stop trying to solve your emotions with logic. Recognize the glitch. When you're spiraling at 3 a.m., tell yourself, this isn't reality. This is just my GPU overheating. Touch grass isn't an insult. It's a biological prescription. Sensory input overrides analytical processing. Force your brain to switch from thinking mode to sensing mode. Meditation isn't spiritual magic. It's basically clearing your cache and freeing up RAM. And maybe learn from the instinctual people. Be simpler. Eat the apple. Don't analyze the apple. Stop trying to optimize everything. Sometimes the most intelligent move is to be stupid for a while. Intelligence is a gift, but it's a heavy one. Don't let the weight break your neck. Your logic needs to make peace with your biology. You can be smart and happy, but you have to work at it. If you want to optimize your existential dread, hit subscribe. Hit like to help the algorithm find other overheating brains. Let me know in the comments, would you take the blue pill of ignorance if you could? Now, go turn off your brain. Thanks for watching.